Very good morning to all of you students. Let us start with our today's session. I hope you are finding the topics of this lesson to be interesting as they are directly related to our life. Today's topic is microbes and fuels. How microorganisms can be useful for obtaining fuels is what we are studying today. We know that fuels like coal, petrol, diesel, etc. are non-renewable and their reserves are few. So we need to find out some alternative sources of energy. So today we are studying that how microbes can be useful in the production of fuel. The first fuel that we are studying is methane. Methane is a gaseous fuel. It is also called as marsh gas, and its formula is CH4, and it is the simplest hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon, that is compounds that contain both hydrogen and carbon, are called hydrocarbons. And it is the simplest hydrocarbon with the formula CH4. Methane is a gaseous fuel and it is obtained from microbial and aerobic decomposition of agricultural and industrial waste. You all must have definitely heard about a biogas plant. They are more common in villages because there is abundance of agricultural waste, as well as the cattle rearing is also done, so cow dung is also available in abundance. Industrial waste of organic nature can also be used. So here is a biogas plant. It comprises of an underground well. You can see an underground well is constructed. Then there are two pipelines which are given to it. One is for the entry and the other is for the exit. In addition, there are two more wells which are constructed. One is constructed above the ground and another one is constructed below the ground, but of a smaller size. In this inlet tank, what is done is all the waste material, that is industrial, agricultural, and domestic, is added. Then the slurry is made to enter into this underground well, which is also called as a digester. There is a compartment also which is given here. It is not shown, but it is divided into two compartments. So the slurry reaches this well. Now the slurry comprises of anaerobic microorganisms, that is those which do not require oxygen, and they bring about the decomposition resulting in the formation of methane gas. Apart from methane, some quantity of carbon dioxide and other gases are also formed. Now this slurry is left for about 2 months, and after that the complete decomposition of the organic material takes place, resulting in the formation of methane gas. There is a valve that is given over here. Valve is given here, and the valve is opened and you can get the methane gas. Once the gas has been completely released, fresh slurry is introduced, and the one which is there starts moving from one compartment to the another, and then it is going to be moved into this particular tank. Now this slurry that you obtain here is not going to contain any methane gas, but still it is very rich in nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. So this slurry can be used as a fertilizer in agricultural fields. So this is how microbes, anaerobic microorganisms present in organic waste, can be useful for the production of methane gas. The next fuel that is produced using microbes is ethanol. Ethanol is also a organic compound, carbon compound. It is having a formula C2H5OH, and it's also called as ethyl alcohol. Ethanol is a clean and smokeless fuel obtained from fermentation of molasses with the help of yeast Saccharomyces. Wherever there are sugar factories, after the extraction of the sugar juice, whatever is left out is called molasses. So this molasses is in turn fermented using Saccharomyces yeast to obtain ethanol. So this is one microbial fuel. You all must be remembering about the Scania or the green bus which used to run in our city. Now this green bus or ethanol based bus was started by the Nagpur Municipal Corporation, and it was a Swedish company by the name Scania which had started this project. So these buses used to run on ethanol. Our country spends approximately 6 lakh crore rupees every year in importing petrol, diesel, gas, etc. So these kind of ethanol run bus would definitely help us to reduce the cost which we spend on importing the fuels. The cost of green bus or the ethanol run bus is slightly more than our conventional star buses, but the silver lining is that it is eco-friendly. That is, it does not cause any pollution. So this is one more microbial fuel, that is ethanol. The next microbial fuel is hydrogen. Hydrogen is called as fuel of future. Now why is it called as a fuel of future? Because hydrogen will join electricity as an important energy carrier, means it will play a vital role in energy production, and it can be safely made from renewable energy sources, and it's even non-polluting source of energy. It will also be used as a fuel for zero emissions from vehicles, to heat the homes and offices, and to produce electricity and even fuel the aircraft. So with so many advantages, hydrogen is referred to as the fuel of future. Here we will study that how microbes are useful in production of this fuel of future, that is hydrogen. So hydrogen is released during biophotolysis of water, in which bacteria perform photoreduction. So hydrogen is produced by biophotolysis of water. Bio here refers to the biological agents, that is microbes, and photolysis of water, that is the splitting up of the water molecule or the dissociation of water molecule, is brought about in presence of light. So microbes that bring about the splitting up of water molecule in presence of light is referred to as biophotolysis of water. And bacteria are used for this, and they perform photoreduction. That is reduction which takes place in presence of light. It is called as photoreduction, and that is brought about by a certain species of bacteria. The species are given here. Anabaena, that is a photosynthetic bacteria which can bring about the biophotolysis of water. Another one is Chlamydomonas, that is a eukaryotic algae. So bacteria perform photoreduction, and they bring about the splitting up of water molecule, giving rise to hydrogen gas. Action of light on biological system, that results in the dissociation of substrate. The substrate here is usually water to produce hydrogen. So this is what is the process that takes place to produce hydrogen. So the two examples we have studied that can bring about the photolysis of water by bringing about photo reduction. Similar to fuels, various industrial chemicals are also produced through microbial processes. So there are several chemicals that are produced in the industries using microbes. Now, what are these industrial chemicals? Alcohols, acetone, organic acids. We have studied various organic acids like glutamic acid, citric acid, lactic acid, etc. Fatty acids, polysaccharides, that is sugars, and that are useful as raw material in chemical industry. So these are used as raw materials, and they are in turn used to manufacture various other essential substances. Some of these are useful as raw material for plastic and food products. So all these which we have studied, that is alcohols, acetone, organic acids, etc., they are all used as raw materials for production of plastic, as well as some of them are used in the production of food items. So with this we come to the end of microbes and fuels. We move on to the next one, that is biofuel.